Hey, gorgeous, welcome back. I hope that you have been implementing some of the information that I sent your way on protein and on your unique tolerance for carbohydrates. It's time to dive into the final macro, which is fat. And what I want to do in this video is help you understand why fat is crucial to your success. And I'm going to start with a little bit of a story, and then we'll dive into what kind of fat, how much fat, etc., etc. But just recently, I was in a Facebook community, and there was a woman in there who was showing her before and after pictures, and she had lost 70 pounds in 4 months, which is incredible. And I congratulate her, and I'm super happy for her. And all of the women, of course, this is a menopause group, so all of the women was like, what did you do? What did you do? How did you do it? What did you do? Blah, 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 because we all want to know this, right? And so I'm reading through the comments, and this woman was explaining that for the past 4 months, she has been doing moderate to high protein, she's been doing low carb, and she has been doing low fat, and she's been eating 1,000 calories a day. Now again, before you decide to mimic what she is doing, I want you to listen to me, because although this woman is not my client and I cannot predict the future, I can predict with a lot of certainty, 97% to be actual, based on the facts, that in 1 year from now, she will have gained some of that weight back, if not all of it, if not more of it. And I want you to understand why this is happening. And it all boils down to your metabolism and how it works. So what you need to understand is that your metabolism, you can think of it as a stress barometer, always assessing and analyzing what's going on in the world around us as well as inside our body. And the metabolism is also adaptive in nature, which means it's fluctuating. It's continually changing based on what it's assessing. Now, one of the things that the metabolism is assessing is energy balance. So how much energy is coming in, or how many calories are we eating versus how much energy is going out. So how many calories are we burning? Now, in order to lose weight, we need to be in a deficit, right? We need to be eating less calories than we are burning. However, and this is a really big however, we have to be smart about that deficit, because your metabolism wants to maintain status quo. It does not like to be in a negative energy balance. It likes energy in and energy out to be just like balanced out. So when we go on a diet, and the moment we start to restrict our calories, we are putting a stress on our metabolism. And especially if we do an extreme caloric deficit, like this woman doing her 1,000 calories a day. So now her metabolism notices that this is happening. It notices that there's this massive gap between calories in and calories out, and it starts to adapt. It starts to become more efficient with how it's burning calories. Okay, so it starts to slow down or down-regulate how many calories you burn. So that's problem number one. Problem number two is your metabolism starts to use your hormones and start to do whatever possible to make you eat more and exercise less, which is the exact opposite of what the traditional diet model of eat less, exercise more is telling you to do. So you're literally fighting against your metabolism. So I can almost guarantee that this woman, although right now she's on her 1,000 calorie diet, if she cannot maintain that, which she probably will not, because at some point she's going to lose motivation, or she's going to have stress in her life, or she's going to go on vacation, or whatever may happen, she will eat more. And the moment that she does, she will pack on that weight and then some, because her metabolism is running very low. Now, the reason I give you this long story is because it is so important for you to understand how your metabolism works and why, if you try and cut your calories too low to get quicker results, all you're going to do is lose and gain the same weight over and over and over again. So let's get back to fat, and now that you understand sort of this how your metabolism works, next thing you need to understand is, I've given you an idea of how much protein you need. I've given you an idea of how many carbohydrates you need. The rest of your calories have to come from fat. And so it's probably going to be way more fat than you're used to. But now you understand why those calories are important, so that we do not stress out the metabolism and cause the metabolism to adapt. Now, how much fat that's going to be, unfortunately, is really hard for me to say, because it's going to be based on how many calories you need to be eating. And that's going to be based on your current weight, your goal weight, how much activity you do, what's your dieting history. So it's a little bit tricky for me to give you some specifics when it comes to fat. But I'll give you a little bit of sense of what to do. An easy way to go about this when it comes to adding fats to your diet is to eat to satiety, right? So you've got your protein, you've got your carbs, lots of vegetables, maybe a little bit of starch, and to that you're adding healthy fats. So don't skimp out on the fats. Don't intentionally try to cook low fat, would be step number one. And step number two would be to learn how to eat to satiety. So if you eat your meal and within 3 hours you are starving, you probably didn't eat enough fat, and you probably have to add more fat. For most of my clients, that falls in between about 30 to 45 grams per meal, not per day, per meal, okay? We eat a lot of fat, not like huge amounts. Again, we're not guzzling olive oil, but we're also not trying to cut our calories too low by avoiding fat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a list of what I call healthy fats. Now, these are fats that are going to be anti-inflammatory. And this is another key piece here, because I see a lot of women doing dirty keto as an example in order to lose weight, but they're also eating all of these inflammatory fats, and that doesn't work at our age, because we are prone to inflammation as we're going through this menopause transition, okay? So again, it's kind of hard with this specific macro to give you some exact numbers, because we are all unique and we need a customized approach. But I want you to start thinking about, if you're going to drop your carbs, you've got to add the fat so that you're not stressing out your metabolism. Give me a thumbs up when you've watched this video, and I'll get that cheat sheet to you shortly. Thanks for watching.